Hey everyone, welcome back to JavaScript course. So in this video, we'll be looking into the JavaScript cookies. And if you find this interesting, let's get started right away. So in this video, we'll be looking into the JavaScript cookies. Okay. So basically inside my VS code, I opened up my index.html file, my style.css file, as well as my script.js file. Okay. So inside my index file, there is some basic boilerplate code present, as you can see. And inside my style.css file, there is some basic styling given to this page, whereas inside my script file there is a basic console.log message. Okay, so now let's start exploring about the JavaScript cookies, right? So we're going to say JavaScript cookies, and the first thing we'll be looking into is what exactly is a cookie. Okay, so to understand cookie, so basically cookie is the amount of information. Okay, like it's a useful piece of information that is present between the client side as well as the server side. Okay, so it's like useful piece of info present between the client and the server side. Okay, so basically cookies are stored inside of the web browser. So of course the web browser helps in storing the cookie information that is present, right? So next, the format of cookies is in the form of a string. Okay, and they are present in the form of the name value pairs. Okay, and they are pretty much separated by semicolons. Okay, so this is the basic format of the cookies inside of the web browser. So they're in the form of name value pairs, which are separated by semicolons. Okay, so basically how exactly cookies work, right? So firstly, cookies also help in managing the user state. Okay, so let's say a user visits the website for the first time and he has to log in for the first time in order to let's say go to the checkout or do the payment processing at the final stage, right? Something like that. And when the user closes that particular tab and visits the same web page again once more, he need not see the login screen, right? Of course the login screen is not shown to the user because he's already logged in, and the web browser actually gets to know this user from the previous stage itself. That is because of the cookies part. And because of that, when the user comes to the web page for the second time, therefore only the main home screen page is showed. Okay, so there is no need of logging in for the second time as well. Okay, so that's the reason why cookies are used, right? So to basically manage the state of the user, right? So like to prevent logging in many times. So this is one of the use cases. There are many other use cases for which we can use cookies, right? So the next thing we'll be looking into is example. So for that, let's come back to our index.html and then let's create some basic UI for that. So over here, firstly, we're going to create two buttons. Okay, over here, input fields, we're going to say input, and over here, it's going to be a type of button. So after that, value is going to be basically a set cookie. So we'll be understanding how we can set the cookie as well as get the cookie with the help of this example. So after that, we will provide an on-click event on this button, right? So let's save the file, and now let's create another input. So we're going to say input like this. Okay, so this is going to have a type of a button again, and the value is going to be get cookie. Okay, so yeah, we have two buttons initialized. Let's check out our web page over here. Yeah, so we have pretty much two buttons, that is set cookie and get cookie. So we'll be defining both the functions for this. Okay, so if you press on get the cookie, we can just show up an alert box, or we can just console.log the particular cookie. Okay, if you press on set the cookie for the first time, you're gonna set the value. Okay, so for that we'll be making use of the document.cookie method. Okay, so firstly let's come back to our script.js over here, and firstly let's define up our functions. So we're going to say function. Yeah, so the first thing we'll be looking into is set cookie. Okay, something like this. So here we'll be defining our code for the method that is set cookie, right? So as I told, we'll be making use of the document dot cookie method to set the cookie. Okay, so we're going to say document dot cookie equals to, we're going to say a username is going to be any random username like this 0123, and yeah, save the file. So that's it about the set cookie part. So let's save the file. So whenever we press on the set cookie method, we're going to set that particular cookie with this value which says username of 0123. Okay, like this. Now we'll be defining the function for the get cookies, right? We're going to say function get cookie like this. And so here we'll be basically showing the alert box with if there is any cookie value present. Okay, so if there is any cookie value present, in this case we'll be showing up alert box, right? So firstly we'll be checking the length of this particular cookie. Okay, so if at all it is present, we're going to say if document dot cookie dot length, let's write that correctly. If its length is not equal to 0, that means we have a cookie because the length is greater than 0. So if that's the case, we'll just be making use of alert box, and then we'll be just showing whatever the value of that particular cookie is, right? So we're going to say document, so document dot cookie. Okay, something like this. So if at all there is no cookie, and then if we press on the get cookie button inside our web page, then inside our else block again we'll be showing alert box again, which says no cookie present. Okay, something like this. Okay, so let's save the file, and then the next step is to pretty much go back to our index file over here, and let us initialize our on click functions. Okay, so let's come over here. We're gonna say on click equals to, let's write the first one. So this is for set cookie. Okay, let's initialize the function like this, and let's pretty much do the same thing for the second one as well. Okay, this is gonna be, let's check the spelling correctly, get cookie. Okay, so let's say get cookie. Okay, something like this, and save the file. So now we have initialized both the functions, that is set cookie and get cookie, to both of the input buttons that are present on side of the web page, right? So let's go to the web page and check if everything is working correctly, right? So let's say if I press on the get cookie, right? So pretty much at the initial state there is no cookie present, so we should get an alert box with this message. Okay, that is this one, no cookie present. So let's check that out. Yeah, so there you go, no cookie present. Okay, that's working correctly. So if I press on set cookie, we should set this this particular cookie because this function is triggered off. So document.cookie equals username hero123. Okay, whereas nothing should happen again. So let's press on set cookie like this, and nothing has happened. Okay, so now if I press on get cookie, the cookie is already set because we pressed on the set cookie button. So it should go into the if condition because its length is greater than 0, and it should show us whatever this value is, that is username hero123. So let's check that out. Yeah, so there you go. So username hero123, that's working absolutely fine. So now just to give it another check, let's pretty much copy the same link, close this tab, and paste the same link over here. Okay, so now if I again press on get cookie, it should already save, it should already have been saved this value, right? So basically it should give us the same value even without setting the cookie again. So let's press on get cookie. So there you go. So since the value was saved previously, so this value is gonna be persistent, okay, forever, unless until like if we clear the browser history, then that means the cookies are cleared off, right? So in that case itself, this is gonna get cleared off. Otherwise it's just gonna show again and again until unless we clear off the browser cookies, okay, manually. So I think that's it about the cookies video. So we just learned about how we can pretty much set the cookies and get the cookies as well, and we looked into what is a cookie and the format of the cookie basically, and how exactly the cookies work inside of a web browser. Okay, so I think that's it about this video. So let's see you in the next video, and then thank you for watching.